Hello there, how are you all? I am going to tell you about the contract of pledge in this video. This contract of pledge, I may say it is the part of the sections which is being understood under special contract. As we know that Contract Act 1872 has got different section, where there are a few sections which is known as Special Contract Act, and this concept, this contract of pledge is known as it is the part of the special contract. In the contract of pledge, you will find that there are two parties. The first party is pawner and the another one is the pawnee. The another name of these two parties are pledger and pledgee. This is the pledger, this is the pledgee. Pledger is also known as the pawner and the pledgee is also known as the pawnee. See, the very first thing which we have to always taken care that this contract of pledge is applicable only for the movable property. As in my previous video, I have talked to you about the contract of bailment. In contract of bailment, I told you clearly that contract of bailment is applicable only for the movable property. Likewise, this contract of pledge is applicable only for the movable property. Whenever it comes on the movable property, we always say that movable property has to be pledged, movable property has to be bailed. We never say movable property has to be mortgaged, because immovable properties are mortgaged, whereas the movable properties are pledged or bailed. Although that pledger, although this pledge is a type of bailment. So let's start with the contract of the pledge. As I told you, there are two parties, pawner and the pawnee. The another name of the pawner is also known as pledger, and the another name of the pawnee is pledgee. What happens here, that pawner entrusts anything in hand of the pawnee, and in return pawnee grant loan to the pawner. It is like that pawner is giving something to the pawnee because he wants to take loan from the pawnee, and in lieu of that he is keeping something in as security with the pawnee. What will be the advantage in the contract of pledge, about what will be the advantage of the pawner and the pawnee? The pawner will get the loan because he needs a loan, that is why he will get the loan from the pawnee, whereas pawnee will get interest on the loan. I repeat, the pawner will get the loan from the pawnee. In return, pawnee will get the interest on that loan which he has given to the pawner. That is the benefit in the contract of pledge of the pawner and the pawnee. But to escape himself, pawnee demands for some security. That is why a movable property is being kept as a security with the pawnee, and it can be only the movable property. It can never be the immovable. Only the movable property can be the part of the movable property will be the only part of the pledge or the bailment. Okay, move to the next slide. It is written here, if you will see, the bailment of goods are security for payment of debt or performance or of a promise is called pledge. I read it again. A bailment of goods are security for payment of a debt or performance of a promise is called pledge. Meaning, when the pawner has taken some loan from the pawnee, and pawnee has given a amount of loan, some loan to pawner. Now, as I told you in my previous slide of this act, that pawnee needs something in security, then whatever movable property is being kept as a security on pledge or on bail by the pawner to the pawnee, that is the contract of pledge. There are two types of movable property can be here, that is valuable and document of titles. It means all valuables which are movable are being taken care for the consideration of the pledge or the bailment, and or document of titles. What are the documents of titles? With the help of two types of document of title, I would like to tell you. These are RR and BOL. RR is what? RR is known as railway receipts here, and the BOL is known as bill of lading. I repeat, I have some small discussion, explanation about the railway receipt. What does it mean? What does it mean of railway receipt? The meaning of railway receipt is issued, this is the receipt which is issued by one of the official of railway when goods are sent by rail. This receipt is the proof. देखिए यहाँ पर, देखिए यहाँ लिखा हुआ है, this receipt is the proof that the railway officials has received the goods on a particular date for sending them to a destination. If A wants to send some the consignment, some goods to B. A lives in Delhi and B lives in Mumbai. A wants to send some consignment, some goods to B through the rail. Then whatever that consignment, that what goods A needs to submit to the railway officials, then in lieu of that, railway official will give a receipt of accepting that consignment, that goods, and they promise that this will be delivered to the B to the destination as it is demanded by A, meaning it will be delivered to the B's in this example. Then I hope you have understood the meaning of railway receipt. And what is this bills of lading? Bills of lading, the same as it happens with the officials of railway, and they provide railway receipt when something is to be transit from one place to another. Then it is to be transit by the way of ship, by the ship. Then the cargo company will give something in return that it has accepted from XYZ. Suppose XYZ wants to send something, some goods, some consignment to ABC, and they want to send this consignment goods ABC to by ship. Then what? The cargo company, the officials of the cargo company will give some receipt that they have accepted that consignment, that goods from the XYZ, and that will be delivered to the expected or to be desired destination. It means in this example to ABC. तो आई होप यू हैव अंडरस्टूड द मीनिंग ऑफ द प्लेजर, प्लेजी, पॉनर, अपॉनी. पॉनर वो है जिसको कुछ लोन लेना है, और वो लोन लेने के लिए पौनी के पास जाता है. पौनी उनको लोन दे देती है, लेकिन पौनी को कुछ डर है कि पॉनर मेरा लोन लौटाएगा या नहीं. तो इस बदले में जो पॉनर से कोई भी डिमांड करता है सिक्योरिटी के लिए, और वो मूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी पॉनर द्वारा पौनी को दे दी जाती है एज ए सिक्योरिटी. तो दैट इज द एग्जाम्पल ऑफ द प्लेज. देयर आर टू पार्टीज, पॉनर एंड पौनी, या प्लेजर और प्लेजी. देखिए ये एक बेलमेंट का ही हिस्सा है, मैं कह सकता हूं. हमने पढ़ा हुआ है बेलमेंट में. बेलमेंट में क्या होता है? इन केस ऑफ बेलमेंट, कोई भी मूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी जो बेल्ड की जाती है, उस बेल को करने का कोई भी ऑब्जेक्टिव ये नहीं होता कि उसमें लोन लिया जाएगा. लेकिन प्लेज में जब प्लेजर प्लेजी को या पॉनर पौनी को कोई भी मूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी देता है, तो पॉनर का ऑब्जेक्टिव लोन लेना होता है और पौनी का ऑब्जेक्टिव उस लोन पर इंटरेस्ट अर्न करना होता है. लेकिन वो उस डेट से कहीं पॉनर उस डेट को या परफॉर्मेंस को अपनी को फुलफिल ना करे या लोन को ना रिपे करे, इसलिए पौनी कुछ डिमांड करता है कोई मूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी को, और जब पॉनर वो मूवेबल प्रॉपर्टी एंट्रस्ट कर देता है, दे देता है पौनी को एज सिक्योरिटी, दैट इज नोन एज द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ द